Okay, today is October 8, 2018, the Village of Stryker regular council meeting. Tonight leading us in prayer is Mr. Matt Dodd from First Baptist Church. Sir?
Let's pray. God, we acknowledge that you are God in heaven and also God with us. Thank you for being present. We thank you that it is your kingdom that rules, and that we pray that your kingdom would come and your will would be done on earth as it is in heaven. Thank you for our community leaders that are gathered in this room, for their service and for their dedication. I pray that as they meet tonight, that they would have oneness of heart and mind, that there would be unity and just kindness towards one another as they talk about issues that are to be talked about. I pray you give them wisdom, and we pray that Stryker would be a place where people and families can thrive and grow. Thank you for a community like this. Thank you for blessing us with so many good things, for home, for country, for family, for friends. So we give you thanks for these things and more, knowing that all good things come from you. We commit our time together this evening to you, and we pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
And doing the pledge is I get the pleasure of representing the Navy and leading us in the pledge. So if you would. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Dunn. And roll call.
Armstrong?
Yep.
Cameron? Yes. Benner?
Yes.
Levin?
Yes.
Overland?
Yes.
Tompkins? Yes.
Leads us into prior minutes of 9/10/2018. Is there a motion to accept? Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, was there any additions or corrections prior to the votes? Okay, and roll call.
Cameron? Yes. Benner?
Yes.
Levin?
Yes.
Overland?
Yes.
Tompkins? Yes. Armstrong?
The finance report was in the packets dated 10/5/2018. Is there a motion to accept? And a second?
I'll second.
Now, prior to that, do you guys have any comments or questions to Beth before I open it up for her for anything that she might counsel? Beth, do you have anything you want to discuss on the finance report?
Just say we had a good month. We brought in $90,600 roughly, and we spent out $65,089. So that's we're to the plus, and that's good. We're just waiting on the water project yet, which is to be bid soon. So.
Okay, then roll call.
Levins.
Yes.
Overland.
Yes.
Tompkins. Yes. Armstrong.
Yeah.
Cameron. Yes. Benner.
Yes.
Communications, I did not have any presented to me. Did any of the council have any brought to them? Okay, and then any of the officials on this side? No? Okay. That leads us into citizens. We have the village recorder here. We got our solicitor, and I believe Mr. Tom Beck as well. Mr. Beck, did you have something that you'd like to present to council?
Yes, I'm here representing Harbor Trust Farms and Steve Planson. And we, along with the Village of Stryker property owners on the south side of town here, and there's an outlet tile that, has he given you any information on this?
I have some.
You have some? I have a couple copies here.
Would that be the property owners as well as a copy of the picture?
Right.
Okay, yep, council, I'll get that, we all have that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we got an estimate to replace this outlet tile, and that gives the breakdown, the information you have gives the breakdown on the acreage in the watershed. And we had, got an estimate on having an 18-inch outlet put in to replace. I mean, I think maybe, I don't know how much information you have, but basically this thing has been breaking down for years and years. And like there's probably at least this spring, there were 4 or 5 holes out there that we had to fix. And it's a 15-inch tile, so when it disintegrates, there's just a big hole in the field. And so we've replaced, just in the last 2 years, we probably replaced 10 or 12 different holes where it was just keeps collapsing because it's shot. It's totally bad. So we got an estimate from Eldridge Farm Drainage, and their worst case scenario on an 18-inch tile is $21,144.75. And so, there again, I said that's the worst case for an 18-inch dual wall plastic tile to replace that outlet. And so the Village of Stryker's portion of that, according to the percentages that were provided us by the county engineer, is just like $2,030.
One of the things after hearing a little bit about this, one of the things that I did ask the administrator to do, that is a county tile. That is not something that, the county's responsible. So what I've asked him to do is do a petition for permanent maintenance, because it is the county, and then they would be able to assess that and then take care of it. So I've asked him to start looking at the process of taking care of that through the county, because it is rightfully theirs. So I have talked with him already on that.
Okay. We have, well, first of all, the understanding I have is that that'll cost a lot more than this if we go through the county.
Don't know that. At this time, we don't even know that.
Obviously, that is something we can do. We can check into that. That's usually the way it works. If we do it privately, it's a lot cheaper. If we go through the county, then you have to have engineering drawings. They have to bed it in stone. There's a number of things that have to happen, and it ends up costing a lot more.
Have you looked at the application for repair as well, which the county does on the yearly
We've
maintenance?
talked about it, but we have
Okay.
not pursued it from that direction at this point.
And that's another option as well. Ultimately, going through the county, since it is their tile, if they do that type of work, then it gets kicked back to everyone, just like you're looking at with the percentages. But definitely want the county to be involved with that as well, from my standpoint, the way I see. So that's something that he's going to start looking at as well.
Okay. So
But we do understand there's an issue.
Okay, so can I contact Al about this?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
I'll get with you afterwards.
I'm not gonna be able to stay for the whole meeting,
Okay.
but I'll get hold of you later.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it. Appreciate it. And then that takes us into a committee report, because our guest is not here. Committee reports. Finance Committee from 9/17 of 18.
We just happen to have one of those.
We do.
All right. Finance committee met 9/17 of 18 at 6 o'clock. Present, myself, Brooke, and Vicki. Other members present, fiscal officer Bob, Mayor Dick Black, Council Member Dave Benner, Police Chief Steve Slusher, Village Administrator Alan Reitzecker, and Deputy Clerk. Fiscal Officer Rediger handed out copies of an email received from Terry Whelan, member of the Stryker Heritage Council, regarding updates needed at the DuPont building. How about the depot building?
That works.
Wow. The Heritage Council would like to have the windows cleaned and the restrooms updated in the depot building. Mayor Beck asked that the village administrator check out what is needed and get prices. Fiscal Officer Rediger will also look up past expenses related to the building and see what has been spent to give the committee a better idea of what the budget in the future. Administrator Reitzecker noted that Matt Arness, the Stryker School FFA teacher, inquired about FFA animals being kept or permitted at the school.
After a brief discussion, the council members present decided that the issue needs to be brought before a judiciary committee. Mayor Beck scheduled a judiciary committee meeting for October 8th, 2018 at 5:30. Fiscal officer will notify both newspapers of the upcoming committee meeting. Fiscal officer Roger explained changes that need to be made to the 2018 budget, noting that money just needs to be moved to cover part-time police wages. This is due to the increased hiring of part-time officers and the coverage of military time. She will prepare the revised 2018 appropriation ordinance to be passed out at the next regular council meeting. The committee then discussed the 2019 budget items of concern were estimated revenue, wages, health benefits, and the purchase of a new lawnmower replacing one that is 8 years old. Beth also will prepare the 2019 appropriations and 2019 payroll ordinance for council to approve at the next regular council meeting in December of 2018. With no further business, the committee adjourned. Respectfully submitted by me.
Okay, any questions for Mr. Armstrong? Okay, so,
I have a question.
Okay.
What kind of animals are they wanting to keep at the school?
Well, it originally started out being chickens.
Then it became
We have since learned this may be an expanding project, shall we say.
at this point, that is not coming to council. That was handled judiciary prior to this. And then some feedback to the schools, going through Mr. Reedsucker to get with them. Okay, is there a motion to accept?
I'll accept the finance committee minutes.
And a second?
Second?
And roll call.
Overland,
Yes.
Tompkins,
Yes.
Armstrong,
Yes.
Cameron,
Yes.
Banner,
Yes.
Blum.
Yes.
We just into old business, Christmas decorations. When are Christmas decorations getting installed, put up? Approximate time?
The first or second week of November.
So early November. We've been told we should not light them, under advice of some people. Don't light them yet because it still hasn't been Thanksgiving. But you can see all kinds of Christmas trees that go up early November that are lit up. But we're not going to do a Christmas ceremony until we decide, or a lighting ceremony until we decide on that. What are your all thoughts? I think I was from the set up your alls. As far as doing a Christmas tree lighting, even though we no longer have our pine tree that was looking kind of like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree there at the end. Want to do that after Thanksgiving, like on the 26th would be a Monday. Thanksgiving is November 22nd. What are your thoughts on either doing it that Friday night or doing it on, and that would be the shopping day, or we can wait until Monday night and then light everything up? What are your thoughts?
My vote would be Monday.
Mine also.
It's deer season.
It'll be after dark,
Yeah.
so we're not going to light it like 6 a.m. in the morning.
He's still gonna be out there.
I know.
But not shooting.
Not shooting.
Not, he'll be field racing his deer at that time. So do we want to do that Monday night? And I know it is deer season, but that Monday night, typically what we've done is we'll have some carolers come in, do some singing. We have the hot chocolate or cider. We have something, some cookies. And then I think last year we had the Citizen of the Year, thank you. Good Neighbor of the Year, come in and basically plug the lights in, give a 2-minute speech. I'm not sure if that will happen this year, but we'll have a short ceremony where we can have some people. So the 26th look okay with everyone?
If our carolers are available then? I knew he was still
I
here.
think at first I was like, oh, they're looking at me. That should be good. In fact, that's the day that we were planning on. It works.
I
It works
kind
good.
of put the buzz up that would probably be
Oh,
the
okay.
day, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure.
because I'm gonna be taking off for choir practice, and this is when we're normally practicing anyway, so that's when we're gonna get the maximum amount of people.
So what time frame do we want to hit? Do we know what we did last year? 7? I know there's going to be a time change in there where we'll fall back.
It'll be dark by 6.
It will be at 6.
Yeah, because hunts, I mean, you gotta be out of the field like at 5:15, and it's normally dark.
So you'll have
at
time.
5:30.
You'll have time to field dress.
Dragging something in. I'd say so.
I have faith you'll be fine.
It'll be-
It'll be Wednesday before you get started.
Right.
So you want to go 6 o'clock? Or do you want to go later? Want to do 7? 7 p.m. Okay, 7 p.m. on the 26th. And that will be here at the Village Hall. Okay, if you would pass that along, that would be awesome.
I will do that.
Save us a
for the
45
meeting.
cent stamp, 48 cent stamp, 50? I have no idea. Okay, so that leaves us with the Christmas decorations. Did we have any other old business? I don't think so. Okay. That leads us into legislation, ordinance number 2018, tax 05, tax 2. Yeah. Let me read that again. Ordinance number 2018, tax 05. Is there a motion to accept? Oh, I'm sorry, to suspend the rules.
I make a motion to suspend ordinance 2008-05.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
And roll call on the suspending of the 3 readings?
Tompkins,
Yes.
Armstrong,
Yeah.
Cameron,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Blevins,
Yes.
Overall.
Yes.
Looking for a motion to pass ordinance 2018, tax 05. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to pass 2018-05.
And the second?
I'll second that.
Okay, Beth, we have comments before we make the vote.
Basically, the only thing I'm doing is, in the general fund, is, moving some of the benefits up to salaries, a little over 10,000 to cover part-time police wages. So it's the same exact numbers as what your budget was, and just, I can't increase wages without council approval. And I'm shifting some of the insurance reimbursement money up to part-time wages.
Okay, any questions or comments for her? Then roll call.
Armstrong?
Yes.
Cameron?
Yes.
Benner?
Yes.
Blevins?
Yes.
Overland?
Yes.
Tompkins?
Yes.
Village official. Yeah.
As far as the depot goes, we are going to get some prices on restroom updates, replacing stool sinks, that kind of thing in there, towel holders. The windows will be cleaned by Matt Dodd and the youth group from the Baptist Church. They volunteered to do that, so they will meet the Heritage Council down there and go through there, and they're gonna probably end up with getting a little tour of the depot from the Heritage Council. The East Curtis Street sidewalk project is all done but planting of trees. They did come back and seeded grass, filled in the low areas and things like that. And also did another section of sidewalk.
Just in time for somebody to drive through it.
Did they really? Happens all the time, doesn't it? Our leaf pickup will probably be next week, depending on if we get the equipment up and running. Once we put that on, it ties up a truck for the rest of the season, so we kind of wait as long as we can. If anybody has leaves, compost, they're welcome to put them in the dumpster behind the village hall until we get out and pick them up. Along with that, fire hydrant flushing will be the week of October 22nd. And we ask that people do not do laundry during that few days of flushing, or else you could possibly get some red water. The railroad water line bid will be opened on October 16th, and then we will award the contract to the best bidder for the other line, water line underneath the railroad. And we did have a citizen ask about the land bank property, thinking they live next to it and wondered if that would be given to them. Well, it's not the village's to give to anybody or to sell. It is owned by the Williams County Land Bank. And we are under a maintenance program with them to keep it mowed for 3 years.
And I'll jump in just to
Yes.
piggyback on that just a little bit. One of the things that we're trying to do is work in conjunction with the land bank to try and redevelop that into another home. So that is currently in the process. Slow process at times, but nonetheless, we're still trying to redevelop that into a house.
Correct. And we've been mowing it all summer since the houses are torn down, so. And they are reimbursing the village for mowing it, so. I think that's about all I have. Does anybody have any questions?
How long will the dumpster still be here? When is that scheduled?
We don't have it scheduled. Last year we went as long as there were still leaves and compost to put in it, which ended up January 1st it was removed.
Okay. Any other questions for Administrator? All right, thank you, sir. Chief?
Okay, so we got Chris Howell back. Actually, he just left. Came over, pretty much got all the administrative stuff taken care of. Got sworn at by the mayor. About 5:30 or so. So yeah, he's ready to get back, ready to get back out on the road. Didn't get a whole lot of road time down in Halton County. Being a full-time dog warden, they don't give him a whole lot of good stuff to do other than chase canines around. So we'll get him back out on the road. October schedule is set, but we're going to get him out and just do a quick, kind of like another third phase of FTO, just for a couple of shifts, and then he'll be on his own again in November. Lieutenant Treese is going through the school safety shield training over at Eden Local Schools this week. Sounds like it's pretty intense. Not really like force-on-force stuff, but more of a real detailed, in-depth analysis of security issues and just being able to identify those and things that the school can do, just little things here and there that's going to help out with security. So it's going to be good for him just to be able to have that training underneath his belt and take that. I mean, it doesn't even necessarily have to be for a school. I mean, it'd be for industrial areas, any manufacturing facilities, anything like that. So that's going to be good. Our e-cite, I didn't get this on the brief, but e-citations, technically they're ready to go. Got the card readers in last week. I was trying to play around with it a little bit. I was unsuccessful in sending my speeding ticket over to the municipal court, but the card reader worked, which is great. So, but yeah, we are going to have department training this coming Saturday. By then we'll get all the kinks ironed out, and we'll get that online and start issuing some 6-minute citations. Here's what they're saying. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. $1 a minute that we'll be getting for the village. Nice. Maybe. Maybe. Depending on if anybody needs a raise over there, we'll see how it goes. But on the other hand, I don't think we have the capability of using our local ordinances. Right now, I can only do ORC. So that may drop it down to about $2 or $3 per citation that we'll receive back. So, going through the stats, 71 complaints from our last meeting, 21 warnings and 2 citations. So we got about $6. $6 or $7 there, back from the news report. Any questions?
Oh, I have is the OBI that was,
Prosecution decline?
yeah,
Yeah. Yep,
just let it go.
it happens. Got him off the road, that's the big thing. But, yeah, sometimes officers make mistakes, and you just gotta roll with it. What's that?
The officer did? Or they're coming up?
No, I mean, I'm not gonna go into it, but, I mean, I can do a personal back brief on it, but, no. I mean, as soon as I saw it on Monday morning, I'm like, nope. But, we'll, call the prosecutor, run it by them, or run it by her, and so, yeah. Yeah, right. So, not a big deal, it happens.
Any other questions for Chief? All right, good, thanks, Chief. That leads us into other. I'm gonna start here on my right-hand side for each of you, and then I have 2 things. I have one wrote down, and I'm still trying to remember what the other one was, but hopefully it's going to. So anything for the other?
Negative, sir.
Okay.
The house that's like 3 doors down from me, that long, I don't even know what you would call it, the red door.
Wait.
200 West Allison?
Yeah.
Yes.
That, it keeps getting the notices for the lawn that's too high, and it doesn't seem like anybody's living there, and it's got.
He's in jail.
That might explain why
Yeah.
it's sitting empty. Okay. I don't have anything else.
Okay. You just move on. You just move to a different house.
Just a different house.
Relocate.
But keep in mind that, I'm pretty sure, according to our ordinance, we're only allowed to do that 3 times a year. So it's not like, it gets above 8 inches, we can start putting, start getting that sucker mowed. We can only do it 3 times a year.
It's just, it was there for a while and then just disappeared, and I thought that was kind of odd that he wasn't around anymore.
We have assessed on property taxes the cost of mowing now.
Okay. I have nothing. Okay. Awesome. Cool pizza.
Drag it out another half.
Yes, after we get done with this other, I'm gonna look at the executive for possible litigation, and that would be the 6, as well as Beth. You guys don't have to stay. And then there's going to be no decision after that, so we're getting all the business knocked out just before that. And that's just to discuss what we sent to today. Anything else with the other? Just as a reminder, the October 27th is Trick or Treat. We are going to have candy up here as well to hand out. So all of you in the room are welcome to hand out. We got a list from some of the candy experts. Oh, absolutely. Some of the young kids that parents work here, we got a list of what they would really like to see, and there's some good ones on here. So we're going to be handing out some candy up here at the village. So all 6 of you, as well as you guys, are welcome to come do that. And Trick or Treat, as a reminder, is October 27th at 6 p.m. to 7:30. And then the last thing that I have is the Stryker Heritage Council annual membership meeting is coming up. I have a flyer up here if you would like to attend that. They have, I think, a meal as well as your membership. It's a way to get together with them and listen to them a little bit. So that is here as well, for you to take a look at if you have some interest there. One last time, I'll go around the room. Chief, anything? Okay. Kate? Beth? Looking for a motion to go into executive for possible litigation.
Make a motion, go into executive
second? And roll call.
Cameron,
Yes.
Benner,
Yes.
Lovett,
Yes.
Overland,
Yes.
Tompkins, yes, Armstrong.
And then Cameron. Again, there's going to be no decision made off of this, so, you know, we just.
Can I get some information on this?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
What's the motion?
Okay, look for a motion to come out of executive.
I move we come out of executive session.
And a second,
A second.
and roll call.
Benner,
Yes.
Lovett, sorry, Overland,
Yes.
Tompkins, yes, Armstrong, Cameron.
Yes.
And look for a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
I second.
A second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Cameron, please.
I'm glad I could entertain you all.
Yeah.